you seen out of the TCU defense that makes them so effective?
They're very sound as a defense. Coach Patterson prides himself on defense, prides their whole team on defense. And you can definitely, see that by watching film. They play very hard on defense. And they have really good players. So it's something that we're gonna have to make sure that we're, this week very, conscious of our technique. Make sure we're using that and being very precise with all of our routes and depth and everything like that because they are a good defense. They've got really good players and they're coached really well.
Dude, they have the best pass defense in the Big 12. What is it about their secondary that makes them so good?
They really fly around, and they don't really, get out of position at all. They don't, bite on, double moves. Really, they don't, they don't put themselves in the position to get really beat over the top at all. So that's something that, if they're, gonna make us play the underneath game, we have to make sure that we're, precise and catch the contested catches because we know that. A lot of the balls thrown to us this week are going to be contested because, they're such a good defense. So we have to make sure that we're catching those.
4-2-5 unique, and is it present different problems than other defensive schemes you face?
There's different, areas that you can attack in the defense, because, it is a 4-2-5. It is going to be different, but, I think it's similar in some aspects. I think it's just different body types and different positions, but still the same in some regards.
Do you ever take a moment to look at last year's film and on the play where you were called for offensive pass interference, and remember about that? Go ahead into this game.
I haven't looked at it. I probably won't, watch it. And I'll maybe, a little bit from last year, just kind of keying on tendencies or anything that they do, but they're a completely different team this year, have different guys in different positions, so last year's last year and this year's this year.
Any kind of incentive though to go out there and maybe show them that was a bad call?
I'm going to go out there and do the same thing I do every week. I'm going to try, and practice the best I can this week, so that it pays off during the game.
Is the vibe kind of around the offense that this is kind of your toughest test yet, given kind of how good their secondary is, or do you sort of just treat this kind of like any other team?
We know that they're a very good defense as a whole. Very good in the secondary. So it's a big challenge for us this week. We know that if we go out there and put our best foot forward and have a good week of practice, then we're confident in our ability. But we have to have a good week of practice. Have to make sure that we're flying around all week, so that we can go out there on game day and execute.